I feel like the items on Garen are pretty standard. I feel like I struggle the most at trying to be aggressive in any way. And once landing phase is over, I just kind of wander the map trying to figure out what to do. I don't really know what to do after that.
All right, fair enough. So the goal is if we're gonna play anything below honestly plat as a top laner, we generally want to ignite because the enemy's gonna be out of position and we're gonna get a kill. So I like that. Then after basically we take turret, we want to roam, and typically if we're gonna roam, we're gonna go bot. So we're gonna reset, get our back, we're gonna kill bot, unless the mid is a really easy gank, or you just take Herald. So after turret, you just take Herald, and
Gotcha.
Yeah, we roam off. So we'll see. I'm interested to see how this goes. So yeah, I can just download it from my side as long as the game.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
as long as it's not buried. Yeah, it has to be the same region. So like if you wanted to watch an EUS replay, you just like get an EUS account, type in the IGN, and as long as it's not older than 10 games old, you'll be able to watch it.
I had no idea you could do that. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm down.
It's OP. It has to be
really
current
is.
patch though, unfortunately. So if you have a really good game and it's the next patch, then you're kind of
Yeah, I wanted to do a Nasus game that I really struggled with in trying to figure anything out, but it was from the last patch. I didn't realize that they go away.
Yeah, that's unlucky. Where are you at? There you are. So first things first, we want to leave base on time mainly to keep 5-point watch. The 5-point watch is basically just this top bush, this bush, this bush in this area. So it's basically just 4-point, but the 5th person can be watching mid for this area. Just leave base on time. First thing that we're gonna want to change, it's not a huge thing, it's just the percent game. You want to stand in this bush and keep watch, because from here you can't see anything, and as long as you leave base to this bush, like they can't sneak, there's nowhere they can sneak up on you from. If they rush here, you just leave. If they rush from here, you just leave. There's literally nowhere where they can pinch you from. Also, another thing we can do, I don't really think Garen wins to the death level 1 against Kled because of the Kled passive, and he went Conquer as well.
I've never played Kled, so I didn't really know what I was trying to look at. I was trying to Google him real quick, like what the heck does he do? And he sort of beat me up real bad.
He basically has an attack speed steroid empowerment, and then he has his hook, and that's it. That's like,
yeah, I realized that hook as I was playing him, and I was like, what is this thing?
Yeah, as long as we either dodge the hook or right as it pulls us, and you know he's going to trade heavy off that, right as it's pulling us, if we use W, we'll be fine. So dodge or just W right as it's pulling, not when it lands, because after he pulls you into him, he's going to rail you. But yeah, we basically should keep watching right now. If it was like an easy matchup, let's say it was like Rise Top or something you could cheese level 1 like Rumble, then you'd actually want to be standing in this type of bush, because if they do leash, you hack them and they just get wrecked. That's why, like, let's say you were up against the Darius or something that's really scrappy level 1, if you were leashing your red buff, it's kind of dangerous to walk through this try, because they could be waiting.
Right.
Let's see. So the first thing I would do, since you are running Ignite and like junglers, he's not the type of jungler to gank like a Twitch red buff into gank. So what I would do is I would get at least 2 autos down on the first minion, get the wave pushing. So he wasn't here, so he basically forfeited wave control. So what's gonna happen is if we auto the first minion twice right when they meet, whenever it's gonna set you up to not only get all of these CS, because they're gonna be staggered in terms of HP like stair steps, but it's also gonna set it up to where you've taken more minion HP, therefore he's having to, if he wants to last hit, whenever he goes into auto, it's going to set us up to punish him, so where he's going to be taking damage. But basically, we're here first, we have Ignite, we get off 1 auto, 2 autos, he's already done an auto, and then Q through your minion. So he actually now basically has wave prio on you, because he's used his Q in 1 auto, and he only like autoed once or twice. So he might, whoever gets 7 minions first gets level 2. So just watch out for that 7 minion.
Gotcha.
So you see how he was up a minion on you there? He was up 2.
That's how my games usually go, and I can't figure out how to not do that. That's like, yeah.
Yeah, so basically you just have to start hitting the minions first, like right when they meet, and you could have gotten yourself a minion advantage. But what should have happened there on that minion is he should have pressured you. Your ranged minions are really far away. He wouldn't even take in range aggro. He should have hit you with like at least 1 to 2 autos for that. And then you would have either have taken the minion and taken 1 to 2 autos, or you would have traded with him but missed the minion. Alright, let me slow it down. So, I wouldn't recommend using your Q to last hit with, unless you feel like you're going to miss the minion otherwise. Like, your Q does obviously empower damage, so if it's like a cannon minion on your turret, or a melee minion on a turret, and you know you're going to miss it otherwise, go ahead and use your Q. It's an auto attack resetter, and it's empowered damage, but in these type of trades, you know you can get this minion with an auto attack, and he's not pressuring you. So there's no advantage to using Q here. It's just putting it on cooldown to where now he can out trade us when his Q's up. And like for here, for example, do you see how he stepped up and to just hit the minion and you're all the way back here?
Yep.
If you're closer to him, I assume because you're not sure what he does is what's happening.
Yeah, I honestly have no idea what the champion did, so I was just trying to figure it out as I was playing him.
Fair enough, fair enough. So we essentially against melee champs, unless that's like a GP who can Q you, but most melee champs are just melee. They can only like melee hit you with their bare hands or whatever.
Trying to figure out his mounting versus dismounting thing. That's what I was trying to figure out. And yeah.
Do you know how that works now?
Sort of.
Yes.
He has increased health when he's mounted, I think.
Yeah, so he can get it back from like hitting champions or even structures. But yeah, basically when he's on his horse mode, he moves faster at 345. And he can use he can like use literally all of his abilities. When he's in little form, he obviously can't R you, but he does have his shoot back and his auto attack empowerment. But when he is little, if you notice, like he moves really slow when he's running away.
Yeah.
Well, when he's moving towards you, he's actually faster. So little Kled, when he's moving towards you, is actually hella fast, but running away, he's very, very slow. So oftentimes when he's diving you, he can dodge a turret shot when he's swapping forms, when he loses his health. So then he'll bop, Q out, and then you're dead. But yeah, basically we're the same level. We've both taken 4 minions because there's 2 minions left, 6 minions per wave. If he's gonna auto a minion and you're not gonna miss a minion to auto him, we need to take it. So there he Qs, you just pull off so he doesn't get to suck in on you. You have no minion you need to last hit. He has that minion. This is what you're looking for, is like minion per minion. You're both going to miss a minion here. You're probably going to miss it, so you need to trade off with him, auto attack Q. So since you're going to have to step up so far forward, you're going to get railed. You're going to get hit by these guys. He was going to trade off hard with you. So what you should have done here, stand on this auto attack Q. You would have missed a minion, but decent trade. Now that he has wave control, we need to be careful and play farther back, like towards our back line here, because when he hits level 2, like there you actually hit it at the same time because he stopped hitting, but now you can actually trade off a bit more with your Q and your E.
Right.
I'd fight him for that minion. His Q's on cooldown. It's roughly 10-second cooldown. Just follow it in. When he goes to auto attack Q, and you can just walk out. He has no way to really retaliate.
Gotcha.
He has minion.
Yeah, I play super safe way too often. I'm way too afraid of dying early.
Right, yeah. I mean, that's not a bad method for not dying. If you want to try to optimize that, playing Cho'Gath top can be a good option. Just R every time your R's up, get a minion perma-scale. Right. Malphite's a good option for that too. You just press Q on the enemy champion every time your Q's up. Very simple. You just Q, and you only last hit minions. So in this case, what's going through your mind when you see your 3 minions versus his 4 minions? Like, what's your plan here?
My plan, I think, was to try to get that minion right there, that's really low on health. Just because I want it.
Right.
Honestly, my big thing was I was really bad at farming, and so my big focus is try to get better at farming and try to hit as many minions as possible. And so that's part of the game I'm working on now.
That's good. No, that's definitely the right call. So basically, for most junglers, they'll be ganking you from, unless it's a red buff cheese jungler like Twitch who gets level red buff then normally ganks. Most junglers at the 2:50 mark is danger zone. 2-minute 50-second mark to 3-minute 20 is when you're going to be ganked a lot as top. So get your ward down before the 2-minute 50. And both junglers in low elo, junglers 90% of the time start with their bot lane even if they shouldn't. So the first person to get ganked low elo is generally going to be top because they're both going to be pathing up towards you, your jungler and the enemy jungler. So just keep that in mind. But that's fine. The only thing I was going to say is his wave's obviously going to push towards you here, but it doesn't matter as long as you get your ward down before 2-minute 50. He's giving you a lot of respect.
I don't think.
So Yeah. So here, once again, there's no reason to use your Q unless you felt like you were going to miss a cannon or something, or you're under turret. Don't waste your Q. It's a huge auto attack, reset, and lots of damage and speed up. Here, right when he jumps on you, you should be on your E. You just swat.
Yeah.
Or if you're
I wonder if I took my E. There it is. Okay.
Yeah, there it is. No, that's good. A little late, but it's fine. Same thing like if Ornn's about to CC you. If someone's hitting you with a big CC move, you just flick your E on. They can't cancel it, and it puts pressure on them not to take the fight then.
Did that? I think it was from one of your videos. I use it to kite a lot if I'm running away back to turret. I use it a lot for that.
Nice. That's a good short trade. It would have been even better if, especially since we had the Boosh vision, he's not warding and he should have. It's because now you can just like trade off. But auto attack Q and then rip him with your E. So you get the E trade, keep trading back into your cannon minion here. You just need to leave now. You just need to heal up. Let's look at what the items are. It's like this is basically tab, what you're seeing here in the center. If you press tab, you can see all this information in game, except for the trinket timers, obviously. Don't waste Q. Okay, so now you're in the danger zone. It's past 250.
I use Q all the time on minions.
Yeah, we need to just use autos because people in general understand Garen's Q is like a 6 to 10 second cooldown, and then they can abuse that window.
Right.
So we need a ward down. You can get ganked from behind. Rengar ganks aren't that great, but it is possible he just walks in with the bola. His wave's pushing into you heavy here, and he's a level up on you. So your passive's on right now. There's no reason to force anything. Even if, like, let's say he was full HP, you could stand farther back in XP range. Like, if you're standing over here, you're still in XP range where my cursor is. Can you see my cursor, by the way?
And yeah, I never quite know where XP range is, so I'm afraid to get too far behind in XP, because once that happens, I find Garen doesn't play well from behind at all. It's miserable.
Yeah, he doesn't play well from behind at all. I kind of goofed on you. Let me just share Discord with you and turn off the stream, because you're hearing everything late. Can you see on Discord?
Well, I have headphones on too.
Right. But can you see on Discord right now?
I can actually, yeah.
Can you see my cursor?
Oh, that's better.
Yeah, that is a lot better. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So basically right now, you actually have more HP, but he's a level up, so it's not a great fight. You're about to hit level 3, though. You don't know where Rengar is, but this way he's pushing towards you, so if you want to sit back, you can. It's going to come straight to you. You don't have to do much. You could actually out-trade him now. You have the Ignite advantage. So if you're equal HP, if you have all your spells up and they have all their spells up in general, you should win with Ignite advantage. But he's got a big wave here, so do keep that into account. Three ranged minions is basically a Soraka auto.
Right.
He's building up his charge to go back into horse mode. He's going to get his whole bar back. Yeah, just catch the wave. You're in a safe spot. This was actually a really good time because your jungler, she did a full clear. Since he shoved this, it's actually really good for you because now you can't get ganked by Rengar. So he just made that hard on his jungler and he didn't get anything. He's just stepping up. Yeah. Ideally, we don't really want to use E on minions. Unless we have to, because it's actually very easy to miss them when your E's low level. Like if you see here.
That is true. That's why I found that the new build that's like meta is like the what's it called? Those Berserker Greaves, because it helps his E a lot on clearing, I found.
Yep. Right. It can, but per level your E gets a lot better for last hitting. Your E is basically like a third of an auto attack per spin damage mark. So there we ended up missing 3 minions because it put them at an awkward HP to where your ranged minions are the snipers. They're doing all the damage. Your melee minions has less than half your ranged minion damage. So normally when you're trying to CS, you're only looking not even at the minion, but you're looking at these balls in midair. Do you see these balls, how they're flying?
Yes, yep. So that's what I'm trying to focus on actually, yeah.
Right, so these ones are probably going to him. So they triangulate and then you see they're throwing them all back to that one. The melee ones you don't even really have to look at. His Q's down now.
That's what I try to focus on a lot more now. As I look more at farming, I try to focus more on that. Yeah.
That's good because it doesn't really matter what your melees are hitting for the most part. They do no damage. So now that his Q's down, we need to trade off with him. We also have Ignite advantage. So stand very close to your melee, right behind it. When he steps up, we're gonna auto QE and trade off with him.
Got it.
Even though he has a moderate minion advantage, when he's on cooldowns and we have Ignite advantage, might as well. Same thing here. We could trade off for this minion. He's Q's on cooldown. He keeps missing it. We could auto attack Q back out of the trade if we want even. Against melee champions, it's fine to go for Emax on Garen. Against like certain range matchups, it can be better to go Qmax. Like stuff like Gnar, Rise, it can be better. Yeah, just trade off with him. It's fine. He's under your turret. I'd run him down. I would ignite it. Stay on top. He might just flash away, but you see, he's only moving at like 220, 270 movement speed. Little more.
Yeah.
Not too bad. Pinch the kill. Now your wave's pushing. Ask for her to help. Spam ping the assist ping.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
you just want to dump this wave as fast as possible so he misses all this golden XP. And since you're low, you're not going to want to stay. You're going to want to spend your gold anyway. So you guys would want to dump this. You guys could definitely kill Rengar. Yeah, that's free kill. Nice job, man. But basically, since we didn't hard shove this wave, he's going to catch the whole thing. And he did TP back, but so you may say, well, he's going to TP back anyways. It would at least force his TP if we shove.
Right.
And,
okay.
And now he has a freeze option, which he's not going to do because he's bronze. But
one of the yeah. I mean, I can't say anything about that, but yeah. But one of the things that I always wonder, like, if I shove, I find myself in this really awkward position where I'm like, I shove the wave, but now another wave's coming. Do I TP? Like, do I go back now? Do I stay here? If I stay here, does it push? I don't know what to do. I guess I'll stay in lane and try to figure it out. Then I end up getting behind in items, and I get in this really bad pattern after that.
Right.
I can't figure out timing of backing a lot.
The back timing is mainly when you have back timing optimally. You back when you have a big item purchase and you shoved in the wave. The only other time you really back is if you have to back because you're too low to stay, or you're too low to comfortably stay. So here, obviously, you're too low to stay and you have an item back. So both rules apply in this case, which is why we just want to hard dump it. So you had a huge purchase. You had your Berserker Greaves first purchase. You're going for like the hyper carry. You're on Ignite, so you're going to be playing hyper aggro. I will say, like, Berserkers are good. In this particular game, I would honestly make the argument for plated Steel Cap Rush, only because what damage type is Kled?
Well, he's AD, yeah.
What damage type is Rengar?
He's also AD.
Right, so the two people you're going to be fighting the most are both AD, and what damage does the turret and minions do?
All AD, yep.
Exactly, so we could actually do a lot more with plated, in my opinion, or just rush straight for Stride Breaker, but generally Berserkers is fine on Garen if they're mixed damage, or if they're AP and you don't want to go Merc Treads because your W is basically Merc Treads.
Got it.
So right now, which way is the wave pushing? Just taking a glance?
It's pushing towards me.
Exactly. You see a full wave here, plus 2 caster creeps in front from previous waves. So here, like, us all in trading with him would be very bad. And like, we don't have to. Like, we can just sit back, and he's shoving it anyways. He's not gonna slow push.
Yeah, that was going through my mind, like, oh, it's coming to me.
Yeah.
So I'll just wait for it.
Worst case, so you do miss a minion, not a big deal. He's level 6 too, so that would have been very bad if you would have gone for that minion. So a big part of laning is knowing when to give up a minion or two. Generally, the rule is, especially in those are very early levels, if you're gonna go for a minion and you know they're gonna trade you for it because they don't have a minion to take at that moment, you don't want to take more than like an auto attack's worth of the damage. If you're taking multiple autos and an ability for a single minion, generally it's not worth.
Got it. Okay.
Like,
yeah, here I was just like, I don't know what that thing does. I'm just trying to get away from it.
Yeah. Do you know what it does now?
It pulls me back a little bit. I'm not sure outside of that.
So if it lands, if you don't get far enough away from it, so you can break it. If you get, like, if you were here, for example, it would break. So you could probably Q speed up, maybe break it, or if you had a tumble.
Yeah.
But since you hear the noise, it's like it ramps up like a roller coaster. It pulls you in. Decent W timing. You block some damage with shield. Not bad.
I did something decent. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, decent, dude. So now you have a big wave here. Whenever your wave is near turret, your goal is to kill the minions at the front of the wave first, because the minions at the front, as they all move forward, they're going to be under turret. So here ideally we kill cannon first, and then 4 minions. 4 range creeps is the golden rule for a freeze. So they are a bit low, but we'd want to kill cannon first here. Because what's going to happen is
Gotcha.
the melees are going to approach up to where the cannon is, and they're going to start bleeding into your backline.
Got it. Okay.
But this is a fine spot. So technically from here, if you both only last hit, your wave will probably end up pushing out because the melees are going to creep into turret and your wave reinforces first. But, I mean, you could do a very slow push. I would trade off with him, though. Whenever your Q's up and he wastes his Q, we need to auto attack Q, or at least Q back off. So there, you broke it. I stand like right up behind it. Stand close enough to where if he goes to auto, you can at least Q him, or if not auto Q into E trades.
Yeah. I felt like my E was not doing any damage to him. That's why I was like, I don't know how far to stand. I felt like I wasn't doing anything to him.
Yeah. This is a really good trade. Just stay out. If you land the whole E, that's when it does damage, and you're also proccing your Conqueror off of it.
Got it. Okay.
It's not a bad trade. He's taking lots of turret shots. We still have our R. We're not going to want to use it until he's like truly a third health or less, or a quarter health. He's shoving the wave into you. You get to heal for free. Generally, if Kled does...
That was the goal.
Right. Generally, Kled, he doesn't scale very well. But if he does consistently land Qs in lane, that's like his poke. And it also sets up his attack speed steroid. Just farm
Let me tell you, I struggled against this guy, so I disagree. No kidding.
So not only was play at Steel Caps a great option, you could have also gone, like, honestly, even Bramble Rush. Kled is like pure auto attack based, and he...
Right.
So either one's a good option here, but it's not like Merc Treads are the end of the world. I mean, it's not like Berserk, sorry.
I honestly want Berserker Greaves because I just tend to follow whatever the meta build is, and just sort of stick with it, just because I don't like to think in base a whole lot. Otherwise, I'll sit there for like a minute.
I want to point something out here. So you finally took a real trade, not just a random Q every 3 minutes trade. And the thing that's interesting to me about when you took this trade compared to other trades is there was lots of times where the minion waves were fairly neutral, or he had 2 more minions, but you didn't want to trade. And in this case, he has huge minion advantage, 3 range, and then these 2 melee. And you take the trade. But the truth is, as long as your W is up on Garen, you never really lose a melee trade when W's up, which is long cooldown because of the damage. So you see, you're trading on top of 3 range, 2 melees. But since you, with your silence and your W combined, and then you trade back, you actually won that trade pretty hard. But there's no reason to chase it at this point. You have no speed up. Like, we just back off. We set up our passive heal. And you technically have
Gotcha.
Yeah, especially if you didn't take that damage, we could have potentially set up a freeze or something. But we should set up a kill here with the... I would take it right now. Right when your W's up, I would just go in QE, W, Ignite R.
Yeah, at this point, I remember I wasn't looking at the mini map fully, and then when I looked down, I was like, oh wait, they're all down there.
Yeah, I mean, in higher elo, they like to do turret dives a lot more. They become consistent, but in lower elo, you generally don't need to worry about it as much. To where if your laner is pushing you, even if you're kind of low, generally the bad junglers will just like automatically path away because they just see on the mini map, oh, Garen's under turret, I'm not gonna gank that. So
Gotcha.
Generally, this is actually safer. He's got up a bunch of his charge now. If he has past yellow charge, I probably wouldn't want to take that trade anymore. He's gonna remount. Farm. Let's get forward a bit.
That's what top lane is, a whole lot of farm.
Yeah.
Why'd I do that R? I'm not sure.
So you decided, you were very patient, but we wait until he's like full yellow, nearly on horse, and then we take a big trade.
Yeah, I didn't realize what the yellow was when I was first playing. Honestly, didn't really know.
Yeah. We also W a bit late, but yeah, that's basically what did it. He had minion advantage. He was remounting, but I'll tell you for guaranteed, I'll tell you when you would have killed him.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, literally guaranteed. So if he's below yellow, if it's not even yellow that when he goes into last hit this, if you can land like QE Ignite R, he's literally dead. So this is a kill. Just stand right on your minion. It's still a kill. It's a kill now with your W. When that landed, that kind of became not a kill though. But other than that, you had 4-second window there. If you had flash as well, this would be much easier, but we'll skip forward.
I forget about Ignite all the time. It's very bad.
Just remember, Ignite when it's a fight to the death. We never use Ignite to poke. Only... Ignite's kind of like throwing sand in their eyes. Like, it's super grimy, fight to the death, or pulling hair, or gouging eyes. It's like the final resort. Yeah, just hard shove. Just eat the whole thing. Oh, we missed cannon. It's all right.
Yep, yeah, we did. That's not the only thing I did wrong, I'm sure. It's okay.
In between autos, feel free to just click right near the minion or press the S key on your keyboard to stop attacking, and then just time in that last one. Like you're throwing a free throw.
That's what that... Okay.
Just kite back, that's fine.
It's at this point in the game when I became incredibly frustrated with playing Kled because I had no idea how to outplay him.
Yeah.
Not a clue, as you could probably tell. Didn't know what I was doing.
At this point, since he's 2-level advantage, we can't actually really all-in him anymore, even though we have Ignite advantage. And looking at the team comps...
I don't know why I did this, by the way. This was I was just annoyed at him. So I was like, I'm gonna stop your back. That was not a good idea.
Yeah. So now all we do is we let him push in waves. Nidalee says she's coming for gank, so we play near our back line. He goes in on us. We take the QE trade immediately. Oh, Nidalee backed off. Why'd she ping gank and then back off?
Yep. That's why I was up there.
That's interesting. At this point, you only kill him if you get a gank or if he takes turret shots. He has the item advantage and 20 CS.
I just realized I couldn't do any damage to him at all. I felt like I was just kind of sitting there waiting until like my turret fell.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I got some decent kills in this game too, and then it just spiraled out of control on us.
Yes, it is starting to spiral. You could look for that kill or take turret. Either one's a fine play. Collie's in the way. If you think you can still get it. Just QE.
Yeah, that's what I was going for, yeah.
Nice. Nice job saving your R, not wasting Ignite. That was good. Herald's a good play here, or turret. Either one's fine. They're about equally good. Realistically, Nidalee should go Herald and you should have gone turret. But...
Yeah, I thought that too, but I didn't see her taking it, and I was like, I need to do something in this game. I don't know.
Yeah. On Herald, just focus on... I don't think your E opens up its I any faster. I'm 99% sure it's specifically auto attacks, so just focus on auto Qs and hitting it in the back.
Stupid question. That's what opens its eye?
Yeah, it's like per auto, and then it's like a max of like X amount of seconds. So like it stacks. Like even if you're attacking 10 times per second, it'll still only open so fast, but that's what makes it open faster.
Got it.
So
okay.
If you just stand there and drain on Fiddle, the Herald Eye takes 10 years to open.
I thought it was purely on a timer. Okay.
Yeah, and then it's like a percent-based health to where it's like if it's below 1500, the eye won't open back up. So at that point, you would just perma-spin on it.
Right. Okay.
You can survive, just don't use your W too early. But this is a dangerous fight. You got his bone plating. Whenever you see that swirly green animation around them, that's the bone plate.
Right, bone plating. I remember seeing that proc, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a thing I should be aware of.
Yeah, it's like a 40-second cooldown. It's really only an early game thing. Like early game, it's very, very good in scrappy kind of melee fights. You stride breaker it into E, auto attack Q, auto attack Q, auto attack Q, auto attack Q. Okay, you got the kill, but that's okay. You got the kill.
It was a little sloppy. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little sloppy.
Hey, not bad. You got it.
If you haven't noticed it, this is why I like Garen. Yeah. I can focus Q E.
Yeah, it's very.
It's about all I could do.
Straightforward. Not bad, man. You came back. You're up 3 kills. He has more CS. Just take the spin on the full back line. Yo, you crush him. If you see yourself on a level advantage on Garen, against a melee champ, you're always going to win that fight. Always. Garen's the stat check champ. So if you're level 11,
what? Yeah.
And you see a level 9, there's no way he can solo you.
I'm always afraid of Rengar because I've been demolished by. I used to play a lot of a Moo jungle, and I have PTSD from playing Rengar.
Wow. So you take the kill, you absolutely demolish him. I don't even think you used your W, and you still.
I used Ignite on him, yeah.
Used Ignite though. So here you just Stride Breaker QE. I think your Stride Breaker's up. Wait. Is your Stride Breaker up? I think it is.
Yeah, probably forgot about that.
Nice, Stride Breaker away. That's good. Nice job. So now at this point, you could go take Scuttle Crab. You could try to cheese a Gromp, or if you're on a good recall, you can back play around this dragon. Either one's fine. So at this point, going back top, unless there's a fat wave on this turret, or unless Kled's on this turret, you're not going to want to go back.
So here is where this point in the game where I don't know what to do. Like either my turret or their turret or both of it is gone, and I just don't know where to go.
If you've taken their turret, you're not going to go back unless there's a fat wave and they're still on your turret. In which case, if you've taken their turret and they're on your turret, you're going to crush them in a 1 versus 1. But since both turrets are gone, it's such a fat wave for him to push this up to where you have like a minute to react to him pushing a fat wave on your turret, to where you're only going to come back here if he is on your turret with a big wave. That's like it. Or if it's like a big enough wave to justify you going up there. And it's against your turret. Like it's crashing. Not that it's like somewhere in the lane.
Gotcha.
So yeah, now you're just going to play for dragons. You're going to play for outer mid, outer bot. Kled shouldn't be top anymore. And he needs boots. He hasn't purchased boots yet, which is really, really bad for a melee champ. He's not going to stay on top of anyone. Got dragon. Nice job. Nice rotation. At this point, you guys take mid turret or you take bot. But yeah, he's pushing a big wave top. Someone could go catch this now. You could go catch that, and Italy could catch that. It doesn't really matter who does, but
Got it.
That's about 2 waves. You guys don't have to though. If you're gonna, oh shit, I'm missing it. If you guys are gonna get kills mid and a mid turret, like that's fine too.
I began to pop off a little bit, and then the game just spiraled out of our control again.
So you started to wander. I don't know where you're even going there.
Yeah, this is what I mean. I don't know where to go. Like I just wander around in circles. I waste so much time, and I know I'm doing it.
You're looking for the next objective. You're looking for the next apple to pick. So
yeah, I just don't know what to do.
Here you got 2 options. Cut a tight path back towards top, but since there's a fight going on near you that you can access, you might as well fight this. Stride Breaker. You can Q Stride Breaker land. Yeah, that's fine though. You're on top of them. They never really turn to blast you with damage. You generally only use W like right as a Lux Snare or Morgana Snare is about to hit you because of the massive tenacity bonus. So you use it in the same way as Silver would use her spell shield a lot of the time. Or you do it right when they're blowing a full load on you. So like right when Rengar jumps on you with his R, then you would activate it. But there, since they didn't, I'm actually fine with you holding it because there's just no reason. Like so here, you use it, you're getting boomed on. You use it,
yeah, good. A little bit.
That was good. You took aggro. You guys definitely overstayed though. Plus Nidalee is.
Yeah, once again, this is where it's like we push mid, I do something good, and then I'm just like standing there like, all right, so what's next?
Yeah. I mean, after you guys got the turret and the kills, just back off. Other than that, it was fine.
Got it.
This is why people shouldn't play Nidalee lower than plat. You see, she's been pretty much AFK power form this whole game, only 75 CS, almost 20 minutes in. If you put this same player, the same guy right now today on Mundo, just had him linear full clear, he would be at least 160 CS right now. So it's just like, there's no reason to play this type of champ in this elo.
Yeah, Nidalee got demolished this game. I think that might have been the one of the reasons why the game turned a little on us. Outside of me getting annoyed at Kled.
Oh, that's funny.
Listen, I will take full accountability for my mistakes.
Nice, you got the kill. Full accountability. Stay on top. And he
we lost Kled. We lost Kled. I don't know where he went.
Well, let's see where he went. So he TP'd out. That's actually not bad. Getting this
TP. Okay. All right, that's what he did.
TP is like a 3 or 4 second channel. It's 3 seconds. With each season, no joke, they've made it a longer channel every single season. But what they've done is they've added movement speed once the channel finishes. But yeah, originally it was like a second and a half or a second, and they pushed it to 2, then they like pushed it to 3. But still, I think the normal recall is like 8 seconds, so.
I figured here I'll just push top because there's nothing else to do, and I figured why not put some pressure on the map.
So here's
but I'm not sure if that's the best call.
Grabbing a fat wave top is fine, but look at the mini map. Who's the farthest person pushed up so far on your team?
On my team, we got
on the mini map. Who's the farthest pushed up on the map? That's visible to the enemies.
I don't know.
You are.
It's a little blurry on my end. I'm trying to see. Oh, I am. Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. Got it.
All right, you can still see, right? You can see my cursor and stuff, right?
No, I got you. No.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
So you're the farthest one. She's all the way back on the turret. You're pushing up past this broken turret. She's nowhere near the broken turret. Yusuya Kali's bot. So right now, you're actually like in the danger zone. They're likely to rotate here. So unless you guys think you're going to win this fight, you wouldn't want to take this. You would probably just go bot for the last outer turret. Especially if you had TP, this would be the clean cut play of you splitting bot, getting the outer. Especially as Renekton backs off here, this is super dangerous because now you're the farthest push and you're like the peg that's sticking out. You're about to get hit by the hammer.
Yeah, I began to realize that, but I was like, no, I got this. I'm Garen.
Your Zai's hiding under turret. These guys are hanging out on Raptors. Renekton's for some reason over here as well.
Yeah, as I was pushing, something didn't feel right, so I decided I'm just going to do it. And then I got demolished here, I think, if I remember correctly.
Ooh, that's actually good. You broke that with Stridebreaker.
Yeah, I don't think I escaped this, though, if I remember. Nope, I just keep running and dying. Yep, and it's over. Game over.
If you had Deadmans, you probably would escape, but I'm honestly shocked you can stay on you with no boots. Because he's just landing.
Yeah, that's what annoyed... This play then destroyed me after this. I was like, what the heck just happened?
It's only moving. Does Kled have 350? Okay, it's 345. He's getting 10 movement speed off of something. I don't know what runes he took. He must have took like celerity or something. Because I was gonna say 355.
86.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So when you're in combat, this is why you stayed on top of you. It's literally a Stridebreaker. Dealing physical damage gives you 30 movement speed for 2 seconds. So when he was hitting you and you weren't able to hit him back, like he just zoomed.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why they're fighting over there.
This game just spiraled out of control from here.
Yeah, it's definitely spiraling. I like the armor stack. Their team's full AD except for Leona Kali. Armor stack's fine. Probably would get a Bramble as well. I would just go bot lane, get that last outer. Generally, the rule of thumb is it's dangerous to take a turret that's not an outer when there's still outers up because they just collapse on it. Like, let's say you guys go for this mid turret. Their bot turret is out farther on the map to where they can deep collapse and you guys have no vision of it. So,
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, just go for the outer bot. Then you guys might be able to dragon fight. What you're looking for in these team fights is you're trying to figure out who has the stronger backline. Do you think you do or do you think they do?
On our team? We start stronger back, so I think they do. I think they do more damage.
Yes, that's kind of true. Their backline still probably does more damage than Zaya because Zaya is a dog crap.
Yeah, I began to realize we have a Zaya ADC. I don't know how that works. What? Or Zaya support? Is that support? Or is it...
Yes, Zaya support. Wait, no, Zaya AD carry, Seraphine support, Renekton.
Yeah, that's why I began to realize I don't know how much damage we're gonna do.
The main thing working against you guys is you're AD heavy, and your champions that are AP are not the good players on the team. So it's like, it's like even if you're, it's almost like you have an amazing football team, but the quarterback's the worst player on the team and you can't throw the ball. It's like the most important person on the team is the one AP champ, and if they're not good, then it's like you don't have an AP champ. But the good news for you is they actually have 4 melee, which Garen cracks with your E. They can't CC you out of the E. So all you do is you're going to probably play backline and peel here. But okay, so once Seraphine dies, you guys don't even fight this. You just give it up. You push mid, you push bot. But
I think I don't remember if we give it up. I think we do because I don't see a lot of depths on the little ticker. So
unless there were several of them very low on HP, you would absolutely not want to fight this from behind when there's 5 and there's 4 of you. Kled engages. You just auto attack Q him there. But yeah, there's no reason to fight now. Dragon's gone. We shouldn't be fighting this anyways because Seraphine's dead.
Yeah, this is where often I'll just type out like give it, but a lot of times they don't, and I just sort of like I'm like, well, I guess we're all going in. Let's do it.
You type like you're talking to your dog. Give.
Yeah, give. Just don't do it. No, we don't win. We don't win.
They don't understand though.
And then even though I know we're gonna lose, I'm like, I guess we're all going in.
Something I see you do sometimes is you utilize your Q movement speed to land as much of your E as possible.
Yep.
But the thing is here, so you just land Stridebreaker, that was beautiful. Now just hit her with your Q for the silence so they can't dash you, speed up, item escape, and then hit him with your E anyways. So like you might as well hit her with the Q into the E, because...
I think you're giving me too much credit there. I think I just mashed the buttons too quick.
No, you killed Tristan, it was on this guy. What happened on this one? So yeah, you activate your Q, but then you don't use it, and you just swap into E instead of silencing, and then what happens
That happens often, yeah.
You basically completely time out your Q, and now you don't get to use your Q silence.
Yeah, that happens way too often, I've realized.
Yeah, in general, just land Q first, then E. Another option is if for whatever reason, let's say there's like 3 of them on your head and you just want to spin immediately.
Yep.
You can spin, even cancel it, like the last spin part, then Q, or just Q at the end of it. But basically, your Q barely lasts after your full spin. You guys kill Kled here. Generally, we don't want to have to cancel spin if we're maxing it, so just Q into spin. You guys can win a fight if Seraphine lands a big R. Like I said, the more melees there are, the better it is for champions like Mordekaiser, Garen, Alawi. Big AoE melee champs.
Yeah. At this point, I thought we had a chance to come back, and that quickly just dissipates, but...
Yeah, you could crush... I think you win this.
The issue with Akali is she's so mobile, I can never figure her out.
Yeah, well, let's not use our spin though, we're wasting it. Let's hit her with the Dead Man's proc and your Stridebreaker speed up. Your Dead Man's full stacks, which means the next auto is like a 50% slow. Yes, 50% for 1 second. So here we actually want to hit her with our Q silence, which will speed us off a Stridebreaker, and then your Dead Man's will slow, and then we'll E. But now we don't have our E, so we keep silencing them, and then that's it. I assume we kill her though. Just kill Rengar, turn around, fight it. You're 2 levels up. Not terrible, but we need to Q into E, preferably. Kled's popping off. Renekton doesn't know what's happening.
Yeah, and then this is when I realized I think this game is over.
Yeah, I think it is. Kind of. If you guys can just group up, land Seraphine R, and then you hit whoever's in front. They don't have an enchanter to peel for their fed people. So if you guys do channel all your damage, you can get a kill. It's not like where they have a Master Yi and then Lulu just presses her buttons. This would be one of those situations, one of the rare situations where you E first, because she's invisible. So here you just E through the whole thing to try to find her. And when you hit her, it'll...
Got it.
And when you hit an invisible champion, like true invisibility, not camouflage, but like Teemo Invis, Akali Invis, Shaco Invis, it shimmers them so you can literally see where they are as you're doing it.
Okay, that's good to know, actually. Okay.
See, like, if you guys land, so like Xayah's not playing the game. Literally, like, no one's ready. But if we land these type of Seraphine Rs in a team fight, this is still winnable. We just need the whole team here.
Yeah, I just feel like we just never grouped at all properly this whole game.
Yeah, it's tough. Trista's pretty big. Let's see where you go. Here you are. Go for the top wave push. I don't think you guys win Dragon fight here anyways, and it's not Dragon Soul, so I think this is fine for you to push and not go to that fight.
That was my guess. I was like, I don't think we win any group fight, so I'm just gonna push a lane.
I would get turret, pull off your... If you're the farthest person up on the map and you don't see like where their whole team is, it's risky, so you just pull off, take Gromp or something. But now we're up even farther than we were before. I guess Renekton's giving us some side pressure. You see 3 of them bot. You're gonna keep going.
I kept going because I saw them on the side lane. and then this happened.
Spin immediately for your Stridebreaker speed up. It's Q, 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 Q. Kali gets you. At least Renekton gets turret. Like,
I thought it could be one of those games where if we just put enough side pressure, like we could get some picks and get a win by accident almost, but
no, that actually turned out very well for your team. The only thing you need to do is like when they're in spin range, you need to spin immediately because your Stridebreaker is going to be speeding you up by 30 movement speed for dealing physical damage. Other than that, you're probably going to die. You got a turret, you got multiple kills like your team did, so that was actually fine. And even though you died, since they're having to push all the way back from their base inhib, like they're not going to be able to retaliate and take a turret. That was a great trade for your team. Renekton stayed up there though for some reason. I don't know what that was all about. You're going back top.
Yeah, I just didn't really know where to go. I felt like the map was collapsing, and I was like, I just maybe need to relieve some pressure off bot. Send a couple up for me. I don't know.
Pretty much. No, that's fine at this point because you wouldn't have been able to get to this fight anyways. Plus, your Renekton was already dead, so your bot lane just needed to back up at that point. What should happen now? They got several kills. They should just push Baron. I don't know if they are though.
They do at some point.
They're starting to push Baron after your team responds. Tristana's on our way. You guys just push mid. Your team's not here. There's no point in dying for that. You guys are just stalling. It's fine. Push wave. Feel free to take monster camps. Like if it's unsafe, do you know how like you push this wave and then you stayed with it to even though it was like
yeah.
You'd already forced them to come to turret, which you did your job. Like at that point, like just go take a monster camp like a Tryndamere, grab their Gronk, grab their wolves. It's safer. They don't have vision in these areas typically, and they'll just be busy with the minions. So like right now, I would just peel off, grab wolves, grab wraps. Your Xayah shouldn't be splitting bot ever. 80 carries. There's only a few in the game who can get away with it, and Xayah is not one of them. But she gets the kill.
I didn't even know Xayah was an ADC until this game, so.
Any ranged AD champions in ADC, like except for Quinn, but even then she can still play bot. If it's ranged autos and it's AD, then it's an ADC. You're law, just back and heal, or just hang out while you heal.
Yeah, that was kind of the strategy.
The Thornmelt buy is good here. I like it. This dragon doesn't.
If you call that a strategy,
yeah.
Or just like I don't know.
The dragon doesn't matter here because it's not soul anyways. Just Stridebreaker into him, Q into E, very nice. I would hit him with the exhaust. I mean the ignite. Looks like you're not gonna. You're gonna drop R, stay on top. Use Stridebreaker again when it's up. Q into E, Q into E. There, you're just looking at him. Either way,
he puts a massive shield on there. He had like 1 health left.
Yes, Sterix is the most broken.
Oh, that's what it was.
Game.
Sterix, that's right.
Any melee champion, including Garen, can go it too. It's actually one of his higher win rate builds.
Yeah, I was thinking about going Sterix, but I was like, I feel like we're taking all the damage.
Yeah, it's still good for that, but since they are mostly AD, you're getting a little more value out of going some armor items into Sterix. You could get Sterix 3rd, 4th, or even 5th or 6th item. If you're a melee AD champion, it's a good buy.
Yeah, I do go Sterix a lot. Typically, if I'm a little ahead, I'll go Sterix. In this game, I felt like I couldn't figure out what to do, so I was like, I just want to go a little tanky.
Right. Oh, this is unfortunate. You W and you still die.
And then I died here, I think. Yeah.
That's unfortunate. She's just really fed, but you guys got the kill on her, so it's kind of worth.
Yeah, I was not playing really well at this point at all. I was highly frustrated. I remember that.
You're not doing bad. You're a little flustered in this game, but I mean you didn't.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, I just began playing so sloppy.
Q Stridebreaker into him. Remember the Stridebreaker, even though the Stridebreaker dash is like 2 Vayne tumbles, like the slow on it is basically a Caitlyn auto. It goes out so far, so we can like Q Stridebreaker into them.
Yeah, it's a really good combo, yeah.
It's gonna start speeding up a bit more. Might be take a peek at another. Did you use your W there? Or did they just have that much damage?
No idea.
So basically,
I felt like I just got obliterated.
So basically, yeah, so when there's a big champ dropping a load on you, or if there's multiple, you, like right now, they're all 3 in melee, you just drop W right now. You don't wait. Yep, you do. Good. You E out, you're spinning fast. Dude, Nidalee is just so useless.
I was flustered too because I felt like I could do no damage, and I was being targeted. So I'm like, I don't know. I began to give up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough, dude. I mean, maybe if you were Cho'Gath, you could have outscaled this, but as is with having a Nidalee, she's useless. She, like, the champion in this elo at this skill level is like not helpful at all. Like, she landed everything and it could only do a third of Akali's health there. Landed everything and had to go into melee. We'll take a peek at another Garen game and we'll run through it faster. Pinpoint the main mistakes.
Let's look at another nice bronze mistake.
Yeah, so at this point you're just team fighting. There's nothing to say there. You die.
Yeah, no, this is just literal insanity and me just sort of raging at them.
Yeah.
At this point.
That's tough. You guys had kind of 3 useless champs. Renekton mid's not really a thing anymore. You had the Xayah bot, which is off meta at the moment, kind of, and you had Nidalee jungle, which is bad for this elo.
Yeah, I don't like to, I feel like I played okay until I got frustrated, and then I just began to literally just throw it.
The main thing that you messed up, it wasn't necessarily the mid or the late game. It was whatever. It was really the early game in the first few levels, constantly using Qs on minions and not punishing him when he was stepping up for CS and his Q was on cooldown, but you didn't know the matchup. All right, let's take a peek at this.
Oh, a good one. You want to look at a good one? I mean, sure, why not?
Well, I assume we're still going to see similar mistakes in it, so...
we'll see a lot of mistakes. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, everyone. This is a bronze player here. We're all good to go. You can make fun of me later. It's all good.
Nah, no fun here. Jack's jungle with Hella Blades. Interesting.
No, Jack's popped off in this game.
He's one of the best scalers in the game. Once again, well, okay, I'm going to blow through this fast because we're running out of time, so feel free to write down.
Yeah, it's fine.
Feel free to write down or record or anything to remember the big stuff. I'll just try to point out the big stuff. So Garen into Teemo, this matchup kind of sucks. Let's look at your runes real quick.
No, I think I took armor instead of MR as one of those as one of the runes by mistake.
Yeah, so one of the biggest things you need to know on Garen, the simplest things, you could run a Conquered page if you want every single game, that's fine, is you need to know when to go second win. You can see my screen, by the way, right?
Yep, I got you.
You need to know when to go second win, bone plating, or conditioning. Conditioning is like safe. You feel very comfortable in the matchup. You know you can win the matchup even with this not doing anything for the first 12 minutes of the game. It doesn't do anything.
Got it.
If it's a poke matchup, if it's any kind of range champ whatsoever, even a poke melee champion like GP, you're going to want to take second win. It heals you like crazy. Run the numbers, play 1v1 with a friend, have them on a poke champ. Literally, by level 3, it'll be healing you like over 140 so far, which is insane by that point in the game. So second win's cracked versus any kind of ranged poke. Bone plating, you run that against like Fiora, Irelia, any kind of all-in scrappy melee. That's all you need to know.
So would bone plating be like against the Darius?
Yeah, you could do it against Darius too. Or
okay.
If you're going to take really short, abbreviated trades, good positioning, then even second wind is decent against his bleed. But yeah, bone plating would be safer. Other than that, it looks fine. All right.
Yeah, this Teemo game. Yeah.
Second wind, D-shield. Whenever his blind art's on cooldown, we want to look for a trade. Oh, we're AFK. We should have been in bush keeping watch.
I think I was peeing there.
So he's pushing wave into you. Take a free minion. If he's not going to cover it, don't waste Q. No reason to waste it. It's a huge speed up and trade tool. He didn't start poison, so we know he started blind. If Teemo starts blind, there's no point in running at him for the Q because you can't take the trade anyways. So right now you're just gonna let him fold waves into you and wait till you're level 2 to have your E or whatnot. So wasting Q again. He's pushing wave into you though. Nice job not taking too much damage. He's level 2. We want to avoid the trades. You need to hit that minion again. You're gonna miss it. You're gonna have to QE it. You panic spin on the wave.
Yep, that's correct. That's exactly what it is.
Generally, when there's a wave on your turret, especially before you have items or your Emax, you don't want to use it because it's gonna make you miss every minion. Unless they're really, really low. Because your E right now probably could only do half the health of a range creep. So if you use it on all the healthy ones, you're just gonna miss. So every melee creep takes 2 turret shots and an auto about, and range creeps are 2 autos and a turret shot. So here, we need 1 more auto in the queue, and then you autoed him. So you did the same thing to him, but was on the other one. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I'll slow that down so you can see that. And then the same thing happened to him, that happened to him, that happened to him. Put him out of weird health. This one just needed an auto Q. That one just needed an auto 2 spins of E. And then, yeah, you just finished them all off. But you play it out. He's poking you. He's shoving up. He's putting himself at constant gank pressure. You're not at gank pressure.
Yeah, I think Jax
all.
comes to my rescue here and helps me just sort of take the lane later on.
I mean, you're full HP. You're not doing bad. You just need to work on the CS, and you can even do that in practice tool to figure out how the turret interacts. In a lot of range matchups as Garen, you're going to be playing under your turret in the early levels. Good job using your W there. That was beautiful against his auto blind art. You highly reduced damage. But against Teemo, whenever his blind dart, so like whenever he uses it to poke, now you can step back up and look to take a real trade against him. So next, you're going to stand up, farm, and if he goes in for an auto, you're going to QE into him. But whenever his blind is up, then he's got pressure on you, and it's hard for you to take a real trade. So you're just going to auto Q that. We need to work on the farming.
Yes, we do.
We'll skip through a bit. Take the second one in this matchup as well. You left the wave in a really weird spot. So you shoved it because he left, but you didn't finish the shove. You put someone into a chokehold, and then you like released your grip, and now they're gonna retaliate. So now he catches this huge wave.
I wasn't sure if I could shove it in before he got there, so I didn't want to get caught out and just have him kite me all the way back to turret.
He can't. He doesn't have the damage.
Okay.
So I would just lay your ward if you want, if you're worried about getting ganked. Spin on this whole wave. You have such a big wave. If he were to try to fight you, he's going to get mutilated by your minion advantage. So you're just going to spin on this, finish dumping.
Well, that makes sense.
Teemo, he's really not very damaging. He's just constant.
He's just annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vayne, on the other hand, watch out for those 3 auto procs.
And you can't get near Vayne, he kicks you away.
Yeah, 3 autos. Yeah, nice job catching the wave. Don't let it come to your turret. You can take some minion damage, especially at this point. He's poking with his Q. He's probably annoyed that he's not getting more damage on you, but he is out farming you, even though he's not keeping you low.
Yeah, Teemo always outfarms me like 2 to 1 every matchup.
Auto Q. Remember, your Q's an auto resetter, even if it's not the fastest one in the world. That's just an auto Q, and then this minion's 1 auto after turret shot. Ooh, I think there's Canis. Alright, shove wave. Shove it all the way. Nice. It looks like it actually got pushed in that time. Just in case they do know how to freeze, or just to make them miss more minions, since people don't know how to farm under turret very well. You're down CS.
I did something.
They are double AP. Against ranged matchups, it is nice to have tier 2 boots on Garen.
Once again, I just go straight with the pattern that I know in my brain. That's all that was.
I mean, typically it's plated. Plated is a lot better than Merc, since plated help against minions and turrets too. So I mean, it's not the end of the world here. It was worse last time, since they were both pretty AD heavy. Now that he's got mushrooms, it's very hard to approach because he could just lay a mushroom down. So this matchup is a lot of farming under turrets, but like I said, early game, if he's going to poke you with Q, you can retaliate back, stand on minions, and when he goes in for an auto, you Q on him, and you take a huge QE trade and do half his health. But just wait for him to waste blind art, and that's when you trade off.
Got it.
He uses blind art. Next time he goes in for an auto, you Q straight into him. Blind Dart's like a 10-second cooldown-ish. I think it is. At this point, it's only 7-second cooldown, but he's got another point in it. Thanks,
This game had a really long lane. I felt like.
Yeah, you just wait for gank. So here's the nice thing. Being under turret, as long as you learn how to farm, it is great. It is so good. Why? You don't even have to word for ganks because you're not going to get dove in this elo. So it is amazing being under turret. You just need to learn how to farm better. And then your laner, he's been gankable like 90% of this lane phase. So Jax could have killed him at like any point. So I mean, realistically, Teemo's doing you a favor, but you just gotta practice training tool, practice with a friend, learning how to CS.
I think this is where I got a kill.
Perfect, yeah. Then you just shove
there
wave,
it is.
Take as many turret plates as you can. You're still very healthy. You do not need to back here. Just yeah, it sucks. I would also get sweeper once. If you're playing against Shaco or Teemo top, get sweeper. Like ASAP.
Yeah, I think I did at some point. I don't know if I do actually. I don't remember. One of my games against Teemo I did. Sometimes I just forget.
We'll speed through this. You grab wave. Jax ganks again. There's no reason for him to jump. He could have just walked into him, save jump. Teemo used flash way too late. Dubstep ignite him. Q dubstep ignite. Nice. Cool. Guys got the kill. Yeah, hard shove. Jax should just help you shove. You guys need to be taking these plates. Plates fall off 14-minute mark. Then you can't access that gold anymore. Evelyn's really low. Just kill her. The second you see that HP Evelyn, just snap her neck. W. She goes in. Yep. Great W. You just hit her with the Q, dude. Your Q's your best friend. It's a silence. They can't ult away. They can't flash. They can't do anything. Q.
Right.
Q E R, and she's done there. Let's keep going. Yeah, that's a beautiful W. That's timed it perfectly. Stepping on those if you want. I mean, you can use W when you step on it for the damage reduction and stuff, but it's fine. You got enough healing. You can also use W to reduce his blind dart duration if you do want to take the Q speed up trade into him. I think you're going to need Stride Breaker to do so. He doesn't have tier 2 boots. He's moving 363. I don't know why he's moving that fast. It's W passive. You're moving 480. That's why people, you know how you can click the thing to see your stats in game?
Yep.
To where it shows constantly?
Shows constantly? No. Oh, my stats? Yes.
Yes.
I thought I meant his stats. Okay.
No, yeah, your stats. So you know how you can choose between seeing your stats constantly or seeing your runes constantly on the bottom?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's normally better to leave it on your stats instead of your runes. That way you can check movement speed so you know whether or not your chase is actually going to work.
Got it.
You know who's faster. The only time you need to really see what your runes are doing is if you're limit testing or checking out new runes and you're trying to figure out what makes sense based off of where the stats are at that point in the game. But generally, you want to see, oh, what's my movement speed? What's their movement speed? So you basically just stay alive. You play under turrets.
Yeah, I'm kind of staying alive, just waiting for the map to develop, because there's really not much for me to do.
Yeah.
That's...
Another thing, if you're in a matchup where you feel like you can't get the kill, or you don't know how, feel free to run teleport. You'll miss less minions, and you'll have some global pressure if you feel like it's a free TP. If it's a melee matchup you feel very comfortable in, just go ignite for the kill. Yeah, you guys win this easy. Just snap the Eve.
I remember that. I was like, this is
double.
free. Yep.
Ignite. Always ignite before R. Your R does more damage the lower they are. It's an execute. And your ignite.
Right.
So if they have any kind of heal move, your ignite's gonna stop them from getting their HP up. Alright, nice job though. You take the turret. This is exactly what you do. You get the kill, get the herald, get the turret. He laid it at a weird point.
I think we got a decent amount out of this. Oh no, we don't. I thought we got a second hit out of it.
Yeah, generally it's the 2 hits. Well, Jax laid it at a weird time. He laid it when this turret was almost dead anyways, and it takes like 3 or 4 seconds to prep Herald for it to get laid. So on this Herald, he shouldn't even have laid it, or since he did, he should have stayed for this one. Where the hell are you? There you are.
Great question. I'm not sure where I am half the time. Just once again, bronze wandering the map.
I think you could... I would check items before you do this, but Ezreal's actually kind of tanky. Yes, I guess I wouldn't take this. You pull off, good move. Just stay on the turret. You're full HP. They can't dive you. They don't have those type of tools. They don't have a blitz hook.
Right.
So you could go back top on this wave he collapses since there's nothing happening here. If you had Stride Breaker, this would be a lot easier. Once you have Stride Breaker, grouping on Garen's easy. Pre-Stride Breaker, it may not be worth giving this outer turret since we're not...
Here's where I'm afraid if I leave, then am I then just abandoning the people there to for a 3-on-2?
I would just say there's no point to group there anyways because nothing was happening. It's like once you're there, it's kind of hard to leave, but there's no point of going there because you had no Stride Breaker, and you also saw Teemo pushing the top, where you should just kill him, take the wave.
Got it.
You just catching waves. You don't have Stride Breaker. Just remember, Garen, no Stride Breaker equals no group. No Stride Breaker equals you have 0 CC and you can't get on anyone.
True.
You're basically just a glorified...
I'm like a fidget spinner,
yeah,
essentially.
You're a glorified fidget spinner.
I could just spin really fast. That's what I could do.
Yeah, basically. At this point in the game, you just play around your most fed character, which is Jax. Use your W when they're blasting you. If it's going to be a super long, scrappy fight, you can use your W earlier as long as multiple people are hitting you with loads. You don't have to wait till you're half health, because this fight will probably last another 10-20 seconds.
Here I pulled off because I don't want to die. Wasn't sure if I would or not, but...
Luckily, Teemo doesn't have that much damage yet. Once he has Void Staff and stuff, it's going to start to hurt. Shockwave, I like this. I like the pulling off. This made a lot of sense. Nice job. Looking for the
I figured I was ahead. I might as well put some pressure on the map up there and then run away.
Yep. You made pressure. Your teammate gets dragons. You get turret. Those good wins all around there. You have Stride Breaker, then you group. Makes sense. You also have the Deadman. Stride Breaker, Deadman's easy picks. Without Stride Breaker, Garen honestly can never get picks unless they come to you.
Yep.
Or Prowler's Claw, but Prowler's Garen's kind of cheesy. There's no point of being here. You might as well just go sit on a split or like wait in a bush or something.
Like I said, this is the worst part of my game, I think. It's just I have no idea where to be. As soon as laning phase is over, I don't know where to be.
Just constantly consume resources. So if you're waiting for a fight, if there's absolutely nothing on the map and your teammates are in base, just take monster camps. Or take the enemy's monster camps or shove wave.
Got it. Okay.
Always be consuming. Why'd you flash there?
Mashing buttons.
So Ezreal comes in. Jax is saving his smite for next game. Like, he has 900 smite. Smite's at 300. Yeah, I guess flash is fine here. You preserved your shutdown.
Oh, okay. There, yeah. I didn't want to die in there. That's why. I figured I'd more useful if I could flank someone outside than die in the bin there.
That was good. I liked how you preserve shutdown because you're getting turbo focused, and then now you're coming back in once it's a bit safer. Cool, nice play. That's game. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the biggest thing,
so
the biggest mistakes I'm seeing is you're constantly using Q to randomly farm even when you're not being pressured. In the ranged matchup, you want second win. Don't group until you have Stride Breaker. And make sure you actually push your wave underneath their turret before you back, ideally. Otherwise, they're going to get a lot more. Because you're consistently having less CS than your opponent, which is basically full kills worth of gold. Yeah.
Every game. It's not even close. Every game.
Yes, sir.
All right. That's good to know.
Let's see how this wraps up. Jax is just a huge raid boss, basically. He even went Kraken, which is super greedy. It's weird that he even went Kraken because they don't have a single tank on their team, so the extra true damage that it gives is just kind of negligible. But anyways, those were solid. Do you have any questions, thoughts, concerns, anything, dude?
No, I mean, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I just like to sort of see what was going on with my playing there because I promoted to bronze 3. I know that might not be great for some of you in chat here. For me, it was like a.
That's
It
awesome.
was like it was like the Super Bowl, and then I lost 2 games and got thrown back to bronze 4.
No.
So it was a great day. It was a great day. It's a great day.
That's cool though. That's awesome. You'll definitely get up to silver though with just a few of those corrections.
My goal is over the summer. I want to try to get to silver if I can. That's just the goal.
Definitely doable. Anyways, if you do have any questions, anything like that, just DM me on Discord. GG's, man.